See You at the Pole started almost 20 years ago, and it was a grassroots effort started at a small school in Texas, and now more than 4 million teenagers and students across the country are gathering around flagpoles today to pray for their school, to pray for each other, and also to pray for the nation. And it's a very well-attended event. As a matter of fact, folks on the West Coast are probably getting up early right now to get their kids to school so they can pray. It's done before school in front of the flagpole, and usually involves teachers and administrators and pastors, ministers in the community. But it's a non-denominational event. Folks from all religious groups are invited to attend, but it's primarily a Christian gathering, and has really generated a lot of positive support. But Harris, you mentioned the lack of media coverage. You would think if 3 or 4 million teenagers were doing something en masse around the country, there would be wall-to-wall coverage. Remember, a couple of years ago, you had tens of thousands of Muslims gathering in Washington, D.C. To pray, and we had wall-to-wall coverage in the mainstream media. But it's interesting that if you look on the networks, there's not much coverage of this event today.
With the teachers who've been asked to pray in private, how did that come about?
Yeah, this is a developing story, and I've just posted a piece on FoxNewsRadio.com. It involves a school district right outside of Nashville, Tennessee, Sumner County. This school has been faced with a lawsuit by the ACLU charging that they've been trying to indoctrinate students to the Christian faith. Well, See You at the Pole today, the teachers got an email yesterday warning them not to be seen in public praying. That they are in fact allowed to pray, but they're not allowed to do it in public. They have to do it out of sight of the students, and they have to do it in private, but they cannot be seen in public praying.
So you have these students, that 3 to 4 million of them around. What's the difference between the teachers praying and the students praying? I mean, am I too naive in not knowing that?
No, according to the school system, this is about protecting the rights of the students and not the teachers. Mm-hmm. So the students have a right to pray, but the teachers, they cannot give the appearance of endorsing any sort of religion. A couple of days ago, I did a story, the same school district. 4 coaches were, after a football game, joined their players in the end zone for a prayer at the end of the game. They simply bowed their heads. Someone in the stands saw that, called the school board, complained. Those coaches were reprimanded. I received a copy of the reprimand letter, and it said if they are seen doing that again, they could lose their jobs as coaches.
Are we seeing some sort of a trend here? I mean, you're sitting next to New York Assemblyman Michael Benjamin this morning, and we know from the recent observance of the 10th year following the attacks on 9/11 that all religion was extricated from the public observances that went on here in the city. Those that were broadcast across the nation and the world didn't have clergy sitting down front. There was no actual prayer session of that program that dignitaries took a part in. And now this going on with the schools, with teachers being told to pray in private so they don't appear to be endorsing anything. Is this new? Is this just something that's always been there and it's just talked about now because we have so much more media to talk about it?
I think that's a great question you raise. And look, I've got a book coming out in February, 250 pages of documentation of Christians who are under attack in this country. Their rights they believe, have been violated. And we have seen in some instances this removal of Christian thoughts and ideas from the public marketplace, all in the name of diversity.